Elon Musk did an interview with Jordan Peterson in which he basically said that he lost his son to what he calls, quote unquote here, the woke mind virus. Guys, welcome to the channel, and if it's your first time here, consider subscribing by the end of the video if you like the content. Helps out with YouTube quite a bit, especially since they don't like the more center to right conservative view that some of us have. Now, here's the point in which I usually explain that none of this constitutes any kind of medical advice. Go by whatever your doctor says. But I would also have to say that in this case specifically, it's going to be depending on where you are. There's countries that have already gone past this idea of giving puberty blockers to children. In some Nordic countries, they have understood that it is very damaging to children. Even in UK, they've concluded that, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. That's not good for children. Children that are extremely young, very young little people that don't know what's best for them. You cannot ask a 5-year-old if you're a boy, if you're a girl, if you want to be a dinosaur or a bear, because they will just say things that don't make a whole lot of sense until you understand that they're children. They're very, very little children, and they say, about my 6-year-old, when he was 5, he wanted to have a plane with guns. His own words were, I want to fly a plane with guns, right? Should I get my 5-year-old a plane with guns so as to randomly shoot crowds of people? No. My 6-year-old does not know what's best for him. My 6-year-old does not know what he should be eating. You cannot let them eat candy all day long. You cannot ask them what drugs they should be taking. This should be common sense. But because we are in fucking crazy world, we pretend that's not reasonable. No, you just go and, do you want to be a little girl? I guess so. Yeah, sure. Okay. Puberty blockers. Dress up like a little girl. No, they don't know. You know what happens in a normal, non-crazy family? Dad, am I a boy? Yeah, you're a boy. Okay. Mom's a girl. All right. And you're a boy, right? Yeah. They figure things out if you help them along. Now, if you want to trick a 5-year-old, you will succeed because they are very naive, because they are trying to learn. And if all you do is try to incorporate your own politics, your own agenda on them, yes, you will. You will be successful at that. If you have, and it wouldn't be the first time, if you have 3 kids and you convince the 3 of them that their gender was labeled by the evil doctor that played God there when looking at their genitals and decided they were a boy or a girl, if you want to trick them into thinking otherwise, you will succeed. You will convince that little child, that poor innocent child, that they're anything but. Let's listen to what Elon Musk had to say.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil.
It is a very common lie. I say that's a very common lie because it's proven to, no, you're not going to be changing. You're not going to be changing the stats in terms of drug abuse, violence in intimate relationships with their partners, or the suicide. You're not going to be changing any of those very sad statistics. It's been proven time and again that you don't change them. There's a lot of politics involved. There's a lot of money involved. And based on what is a woman, there's $4 million per person involved in this. That's a lot of motivation, guys. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of potential customers for the big pharma, big medical industry. Now, Elon Musk is a very smart guy. He's very rich. He's not exactly... it sucks. It really sucks. But if you're not on top of things, this happens. As he said, he was tricked. It is on you, man. Just like you figure out rockets and you figure out a bunch of other business stuff. But you know what? It takes time. Instead of making rockets, you're dedicating time to, am I really supposed to give this to my kid? And then that's when you realize that no, you are not supposed to. No, you're not supposed to drug your 5-year-old, your 6-year-old, or your 10-year-old. No, you're not supposed, as the smart Swedish people concluded, and the smart people over in UK concluded, you're not supposed to drug a child until they reach mental and physical maturity. And if then, as adults, they decide to live a certain way, modify their body, that's on them. That's going to be on them. Probably not the wisest thing to do. Probably linked to a lot of things regarding how they were brought up, what happened to them as children, what figures were lacking or not, what things were happening to them. But you have to wait until that person is fully developed before you start chopping pieces or you start giving them medication that is not something you can just take away and we go, oh, another lie. This is a lie. They should be ashamed of this. They should have their licenses taken away from them because doctors have lied to people about how easy it is to you just take it away. You just take it away and it continues. You're just putting a stop. You're just putting a pin on human development here with a hormone blocker. No, that's not how humans work. We're not robots. We're not software. We're human beings. We're people. We are biological organisms that you cannot mess with the chemistry, with the hormones, with your brain, with your body, and just have no that is not true. They have lied. They have lied to everyone, and it's this big, evil, messed up, and very powerful pharma and medical industry that has done this.
I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I
first,
was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs.
He says that because it is the same drug that is given to criminals to sterilize them. Oh, but it's in different amounts. Doesn't matter. It is the same damn thing. And it does the same thing. At the end of the day, you have a sterilized child that when he reaches adulthood, or when she becomes a woman, or when he becomes a man, finally, as the natural biological development of that person it would have, you now have a life that has been ruined by politics, by peer pressure, by all of this. You've ruined the life of your child.
So, anyway, and so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because
it is. I don't agree with him that it's a mind virus. I think it's a cult. It's a very vicious cult, and it allows no difference of opinion. It allows no one to leave the cult. You cannot, if you, as they call detransition, all this transition. You don't turn into anything. You're not a damn Pokemon. You're a human being. You're born a certain way. You can modify your body, but you're never gonna change who you really are. If you were born a man, no amount of dressing, no amount of surgery will change your nature. Your nature is just that, right? Now, you can live any way you want. You can do anything you want with your life, but the idea of imposing this on others, the trans word initially started as, this is basic knowledge, but a lot of people don't. Trans was transvestites. Transvestite meaning you dress as someone else. So transvestites at some point became transsexual. Now, can you dress as someone else? Sure you can. You can dress as a clown, as a dinosaur, or as someone from a rock band, from the Rolling Stones, right? That's not going to turn you into fucking Mick Jagger. It's not going to happen. No matter how well disguised you are, you will not be Mick Jagger. Oh, no, but now it's transsexual. No, you can't change the sex of a person. That's impossible. Maybe one day when we become extremely advanced and you manage to deconstruct someone down to atoms, and okay, as of right now, just chopping pieces of your body, having implants, and just pretending to be. You're not gonna do that. You're not transitioning from one sex to the other. That's simply a lie. I don't care who gets upset. I don't care how much that word is being used in such a way. But it used to be transvestite. Now it's transsexual. Transvestite can be a thing. Transsexual, no way in hell. It's impossible. And that brings a lot of frustration along. When you realize in the dead of the night, with your head on your pillow, you realize, oh, I fucked up. Yes, and especially children, when they grow up, a lot of them will realize. And now there's nothing I can do. And that's why the more advanced societies, or at least the ones that are a little bit more advanced or more open-eyed on some of these things, they see this for what it is. It is madness to do this to a child.
Your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
I can't say that, no. I mean, yes, a life mostly ruined, but as long as there's life, there's hope. Can he have a full life as a normal little boy that grows up and becomes? No. That has been stripped away from him by all of this cult revolving this, and all of the business, all of the greed, all of this disgusting fucking greed from the pharmaceutical lobby.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. And we're making some progress.
I think he's absolutely right in terms of fighting the narrative, of fighting the agenda, of fighting the lobby. The lobby, man. You have a lot of work ahead of you, my man. If you think getting to Mars is difficult, imagine fighting a $1 trillion business. It's enormous. The pharmaceutical business, it's not just them giving up on the idea of making money by tricking kids into thinking they're something that they're not. You're talking about changing the narrative of them always being right. If they say you need to get this shot or this drug, or you have to, they shove it down your throat, they shove it down your veins. You have to shut up and accept that. They did that all over the world. And now we know the truth. Now we know, turns out that natural immunity was what? Was almost as good? Was 10 times better? Was 20 times better? Where do you stop with this? When do we say enough? When do we start throwing people in jail for doing this? It is a crime. There's lives that have been lost because of this. There's lives that are being lost because of what Elon Musk is saying, correctly so. So, fighting this, it affects everything, because it's not just about making money. It's about the narrative of the elitist, globalist, evil, or the very shady that is anti-family, anti-woman, anti-men. It's the patriarchy, but at the same time, women are not supposed to be women, and children are not supposed to be children either. Kids are not supposed to be playing. They're supposed to be deciding what kind of drugs they should be taking. Are we fucking crazy? Yes, we are. But it's all part of the same thing. Destroying the individual, destroying the family, up to a point in which you're left with nothing. You're just a product for the market, and that's it. You're just something for product placement. Buy. Fill up your empty soul with shit you don't need. That's what it comes down to. Don't even think. Just accept. Be a fucking slave. Okay? That's why we talk about this in this channel. That's why it's important. See you next time.